This video is brought to you by the letters Q and A.
You want answers!
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Hey there, hi there, ho there, Andrew here, and I asked Facebook and Twitter, well, the people following on Facebook and Twitter, not the companies, to ask some questions, what they might have for me as a character, since I work for Halloween Horror Nights, and I said that I was going to put those questions up on a video here on YouTube. Well, I got so many questions, I'd like to go ahead and keep these videos fairly brief, so I'm going to be making a couple of videos. If you have a question yourself, you'd like to have it answered on a video, go ahead and leave a comment below on this video, and I will add it to a future video. So let's get into some questions. What is a scare actor? Now that is a good question. Unfortunately, I couldn't do a screen cap of these questions, so I don't have the names of the people that asked these questions, but I do want to say that this person's name was Josh. Well, you see, Josh, a scare actor is a seasonal performer, and seasonal performers, like this one that is shown right here, is a seasonal employee that is temporarily hired for a particular event, that pick actually being for Mardi Gras at Universal Studios. Scare actors are performers that are hired for their particular look and skill in the art of scaring people, so I guess you could say we bring out the best in people. Next question, how many days a week do you work? Well, I personally work all days of the event, so this year I would be working 31 days of the event, plus the orientation days and the rehearsal times as well. Once the event starts, its characters normally work 4 days a week, then 5 days a week. The last work week is 6 days in a row, covering 2 weeks. However, we did have Hurricane Matthew, so a couple of days were taken off of that. How long in advance do rehearsals start? Well, that varies for most haunts in general, but most haunts tend to do rehearsals a few weeks before the event. Universal Studios has such a massive event that they do things a few weeks before as well, but they spread it all out between the houses and scare zones because you couldn't have all those people training all at the same time. It wouldn't really be productive at all. When do you find out your part? Well, that all depends on the person, really. See, with most haunts, when you get hired, you will find out that week the information about your role. With someone as big as Universal Studios, there are a few things that have to go through first, such as, are you an internal position? Meaning, do you already work in another part and are you just being transferred to another department? If that is the case, then there's got to be some conversation between the departments before anything happens, so you might not know right away. For most people, you find out the day that you've been hired, but you won't know what your role is until you get an email, and most of that is in code because Halloween Horror Nights protects their information very well and doesn't want anyone to leak out said information. As a character, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? I don't know. I've never made it without biting. Why don't we ask Mr. Al?
A good question. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3.
Well, there you go. How often did you have to rehearse being in character? Well, rehearsals last a few days, and that includes paperwork, fitting into costumes, seeing your spots, working on your roles, and such. Do you choose if you are in a house or a zone, or is it chosen for you? No, you do not choose the area that you are working. Universal Orlando has some top-notch casting directors that can look at somebody and know right away what type they are best for. Can you ask for a specific part? Yes and no. Typically, you are not asked what you want to be in any of the auditions for any position that you work for any event. However, I will say that the casting directors asked all the reunion auditions what their dream role would be this year. The casting directors asked that question basically because they wanted to know what our personalities were like. So if you wanted to be a dead Snow White, you'd say, hey, I want to be a dead Snow White. I, however, answered something along the lines of, I want to do something with a chainsaw this year, like Leatherface. So yeah, I was kind of specific when I answered with that, and I actually got the part. However, I was very lucky to get that this year. I'll do more questions in the next video. If you like this video and you're looking for more, let's try and get to 50 likes, plus share with all your friends in all forms of social media. If you got a question, go ahead and leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe so you get notified the moment I upload, and I will see you in the next video.